Hi guys, this is a video to review for your quiz. Follow along on the in-class review sheet and fill it in as you go along so that you have something that's correct to study from. And after the video is over, you're going to get a homework that's similar to this review that you will work on in class or finish at home depending on how much time is left, and then your quiz will still be tomorrow. Okay, so this is a Chapter 7, Quiz 1 in-class review. If at any time I'm going too fast and you need to pause or whatever, feel free to have the sub or whatever teachers in the room pause. Okay, acute. All right, acute means less than, any number that's less than 90 for degrees. So a picture of that would be something like that. Okay, a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. In the picture, make sure you put the square in the corner because that's what makes it a right angle, is the square. Obtuse. Greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180. Okay, and that would look something like this. A straight angle looks like a straight line. Oh, I put the picture instead of, I got all into the picture and I put it in the wrong box. The picture goes over here. Okay, a straight angle is exactly 180 degrees. A reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees. So when I first draw something like that, it might look like an acute or an obtuse angle. But what you'll see is there'll be an arc drawn around the outside, and that's going to indicate that it is a reflex angle instead. Okay, in this section, you need to give one example of each of these types of angles. So for example, acute, I could pick something like EFA. Don't forget to put the angle sign. The order of the letters is important in as much as you have to have the vertex letter. F is the vertex that has to be in the middle. Now if I'd reversed it and said A, F, E, that would have been fine as well. Okay, that's not the only example of acute angles. EFD. EFD would be another example of an acute angle. Okay. All right, a right angle. All right, couple examples of that. DFC would be one. Okay, another example would be A, come on. AFD is also a right angle. Now there's no square in the corner because that would kind of give it away, but should technically look for the square. Okay. Just realized my dots have gone away. All right, straight angle. A straight angle would be any one of these straight lines. So angle EFB. Okay, any one of the straight lines that fit 3 letters. Like DF is not a straight angle because that's only 2 letters. Okay. Obtuse. AFB would be obtuse. Or you don't have to pick 2 in a row, 2 rays in a row. I could say EFC. That's also obtuse. We just have to kind of ignore the FD ray that's coming out of there. Okay, so that's that part. All right, next is a whole series of progressively more difficult solving for x. All right, so what I see in this picture is 2 intersecting lines. So that means that the angles that are across from each other are vertical angles and are therefore congruent. Congruent means equal. So if this side is 40, this side is 40. Okay. I see a square in the corner that tells me 90 degrees, so these 2 angles add up to 90. This is a simple one. I don't have to set up an algebraic equation for this. I can just simply say if they add up to 90, then 90 take away 40 equals 50. So x equals 50 degrees. Okay. I've got a straight line here with a ray coming out of it, and so that tells me that this relationship is supplementary. Supplementary means the angles add up to 180. But since this is a simple one, just a single x and a single number, I can just say, okay, 180 take away 40 is 140. So x equals 140. Okay, I see a straight line again, but this problem is a little bit different from this one because now I have another line coming out of it, out of my vertex, that's 68. I still know that this angle and this angle and this angle, whatever it is, if I knew all 3, I know they would have to add up to 180. So there's a couple ways you can approach this question. You can start at 180 degrees, subtract out 40 and subtract out 68 and get an answer. Okay. Or you can add 40 plus 68 equals 108 and 180 minus 108. But either way, your answer is 72. Either one of those methods is fine. Okay, now we're getting past the realm of the kind of easier ones, and this is a little bit harder because we're going to have to set up algebra. All right, now I see a 90-degree angle in the corner, so this tells me that I have 2 angles that add up to be 90 degrees. Okay, one of the angles is x, the other angle is 2x plus 30. Remember, there's an invisible 1 in front of that x, so 1x plus 2x is 3x. Combining like terms, bring down your 30, and your equals 90, and now you have a basic 2-step. You just got to work through and solve that. I'll give you a minute to catch up here. X equals 20. And when we were solving equations way back when, earlier in the fall, x equals 20 would be the end of it, because we would solved for x and we would be done. But now we need to go back and actually figure out what angle 1 and angle 2 are. So if angle 1 is represented by, and it doesn't matter which one you say is 1 and which one you say is 2. So I'm just going to say this one is x. Okay, we just said x is 20. We're going to say angle 2 is the 2x plus 30. Okay, so that means I'm going to sub in my 20. 2 times 20 plus 30. 40 plus 30 is 70. So angle 1 is 20, angle 2 is 70. Now, you can check this to know if you're right by just asking yourself, and you can do this on a calculator or on your paper, just take the 20 and the 70 and add them up. They're supposed to be 90. And as long as they both come out 90, you know you did it correctly. All right, next diagram. Here's another one that adds up to 90 degrees. So we've got one of my angles is 4x plus 7. My other angle is x minus 2. And they add together to equal 90. So then I'm just going to combine like terms. 4x plus 1x is 5x. Now there's a plus 7 and a minus 2. If I have $7 and I spend 2, then I still have 5. So there's our combined like terms. We've simplified. And basic two-step. Okay, so now I know what x is, but that's really not what we're doing. What we're really doing is trying to figure out how many degrees each of these angles is. So if I know one of my angles is 4x plus 7, I can sub in 4 times 17 plus 7. You can use your calculator. And I get 75. So one of my angles is, this one is 75 degrees. And the other angle says x minus 2. So 17 minus 2 is 15. So I know this one is 15 degrees. And then if I want to see if I'm right, just take your 75 and your 15 and add them up. 15 plus 75, 90. Okay, so that's how I know I did it right. Number 9. Okay, we're switching gears here. Now I've got two angles that add up to 180. So here again, I've got one of my angles is represented by x. The other angle is represented by x minus 30. And they add to equal 180. So that's how you set it up. And then start simplifying and solving your equation. So 1x and 1x is 2x. Bring down your minus 30 and your equals 180. And then basic two-step. And you get 105. But that's not full on the answer. Okay, I have to sub in my 105 to each angle. Now this one is just labeled with x, so this one actually is 105 degrees. This one says x minus 30. So 105 minus 30 equals 75. So this one is 75 degrees. And if I want to know, did I do it right or not, I just say to myself, okay, so the angles are supposed to add to 180. So this one is 105. This one is 75. 105 plus 75, it is 180. I did that one right. Another one just like that. Two angles. One of them is 2x plus 10. The other one is 3x plus 15. And they add together to make 180. Okay? Simplify. 2x plus 3x is 5x. A positive 10 and a positive 15 makes plus 25 equals 180. Subtract 25 both sides. And I get 155. Divide both sides by 5. And I get 31. Okay, but I'm not done because I can't just put a 31 up here. I got to sub in. So one of my angles says 2x plus 10. Well, I'm going to sub in 31. 2 times 31 is 62 plus 10 is 72. So I just figured out that this angle is 72. The other angle is 3x plus 15. Sub in 31 again. That's 93 plus 15. And I get 108. So this one is 108. And if I want to know if I'm right or not, just look at 72 and 108 and add them up. 72 plus 108, I'm supposed to get 180. And I do. Number 11. Okay, totally different diagram. Now I have my intersecting lines. These are my vertical angles. So with vertical angles, this angle on this side and this angle on this side are congruent, which means they are equal. So when I set this up, 5x is going to equal 3x plus 10. This one's different setup. Okay, now I've got variables on both sides. I am not going to add 5x and 3x together because they are on different sides of the equal sign. In fact, I'm going to get all the variables on one side by subtracting 3x off of here. I have to do the same thing on the other side. So I get 2x equals 10. Divide both sides by 2. And x equals 5. Not done, because I don't know what the angles are yet. I can't put 5 here. Alright, so one of the angles says 5x. If I sub in 5 for x, 5x equals 25. Okay, the other angle is 3x plus 10. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 10 is 25. Okay, this time I'm not looking, if I want to check my work and know if I'm right, I'm not looking to see if they add up to anything. I said in the beginning they're supposed to be equal. So if I get 25 and 25, then I know that I did it right. Okay, I want to stress though that finding the 25s in and of itself is not a check. You have to do that. You have to find the angles. Okay, but looking to see if they're the same, just using your eyes. Okay, one's 25, the other one's 25. That is checking it. Okay. Last one. Again, we've got vertical angles. They are equal to each other. So I'm going to say 7x plus 16 equals 3x plus 48. Again, I can't combine like terms because the x's are on different sides of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. 7x take away 3x is 4x. Bring down plus 16, bring down the equals 48. Now it's a two-step. And we put it to the side here. X equals 8. Not done, because I don't know what the angles are yet. So I have to keep going. I have to find the angles. One of my angles says 7x plus 16. So I'm going to sub in the 8. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 16 is 72. So I know this one is 72. The other one says 3x plus 48. I'm going to sub in. Okay, 3 times 8 plus 48 is 72. Okay, I am now done with the problem, but if I want to check my work, I can just look. I can eyeball it. 72, 72. They match. Okay, at this time, you should be taking out, or you should be getting, the sub is going to pass out to you the homework assignment, or another review sheet with similar problems on it, and your quiz will still be tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.